Well, hello. We are going to talk today about some pretty heavy emotions. We are going to talk about love, hate, and obsession. Okay, those are very popular topics, right? And of course, many of you guys know that I started this channel to go beyond the cards. So I welcome you to my channel. And if you've not already subscribed, I certainly hope that you will do so. Many of you know me from Enchanted Cottage 333, where I do tarot readings. And I also have some other things on that channel that's helpful about shadow work and that sort of thing, and try to help you to kind of get your energy in a place where you can just manifest better life experiences overall. But I want to share from my heart of my own experience. That's what I do here. I'm not an expert, but I am an expert on what I have learned in my own life about things like love and obsession and hate. Okay. So most of my life, I lived with a very poor understanding of what love is and what it is not. Okay. And the things that I thought were love turns out to be obsession. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Well, those feelings that you have about a person where you can't stand for that person to be with another person. You can't stand seeing them with another person happy. You can't stand the thought of them being with someone other than you. The feelings of being miserable without that person around you. The feeling of wanting, if that person is with another person, wanting that to go badly, and wishing for those two to break up or to have bad luck or to have bad experiences, wishing for a person to get karma because of the way that they treated you, wishing to be able to get revenge, stalking social media, stalking and asking about people, and, trying to talk a person into being with you or coming back to you, whichever. All of those things I thought was love. If it's not love, why am I so miserable without this person? It's because it's obsession. And the thing that I did learn is that obsession is actually overwhelmingly stronger as far as the magnetism pull toward a person than love. Obsession is when someone haunts your mind, okay? And many people will chalk it up to telepathic communication, okay? Both people have to be in a very, very high vibrational spiritual state, and both have to be wanting to telepathically communicate in order for that to happen. Okay, if a person in the 3D is with another person, why would they want to telepathically communicate with a third party? Okay, why would they not just pick up the phone, and why would they not just want to be with that person? Okay, I'm not saying telepathic communication is not possible, but many times the toxic teachings, specifically within the twin flame community, teach something that is just not accurate and keeps people stuck. Okay, and we're going to talk about twin flames and all of that in this channel as we go along, but for purposes of this particular video, I'm not going to go too far down that rabbit trail. But what I did learn in recent years is that all of the things that I just described are obsession, which is the same thing as addiction. It's addiction to people, because what I would, it can also be described as emotional codependence, okay? And what that really has to do with is when, and this was me, okay? I was looking for the right thing. I wanted to feel loved. I wanted to be validated and to be valued. But what I didn't understand is another person could not make me feel that way until I first felt that way about myself, okay? And so that's what causes the addiction and obsession to other people. And it starts at birth. I mean, the Disney movies, this, Cinderella story where she's absolutely miserable and living in hell, and the prince comes and rescues her, and they go off and they live happily ever after, and everything is easy breezy from then on, and everything about that is toxic. And because, first of all, there's only one person that can rescue you, and that is you. Second of all, if you're low vibing, you're probably going to attract somebody that is broken just like you. Okay, that is one of the laws of energy behavior. Third of all, once you do find a person that is a viable candidate, okay, it's not going to be smooth sailing like you can just get complacent and not have to do any more work and you can just sit there and enjoy life. No, that's not the way it works. No, a real relationship, even the best, it requires work. It requires bending and communication and, flexing and movement and growing together. Okay. So, all of those things are very, very important to understand. The difference in obsession and love. If you can see a person and see that they're smiling with another person and just take that at face value and hope they're happy, regardless. If you can love a person and yet be fine with the fact and have no expectations that they will be with you and not expect them to be with you. Obsession is when you can't live without a person. Love is when you choose to be with a person. And quite honestly, I've thought about that a lot. And I think in my own world, I don't want a person to be with me because they can't not be. I don't want to be needed. Okay. I don't want a person that weak. I want to be chosen every day. Okay. I want it to be a choice. And I want that person to be fine before I ever walk into their life, or vice versa. Okay. Certainly the preference would be to be with me, but if it's not, it's not. And if you cannot be happy alone, then what you're throwing out as far as vibrationally, what you're, to the universe is, my name being Karen, is I don't like to be alone with Karen. I don't want to be by myself because I don't like my own company. Well, how am I going to attract anybody that wants to be with me when I don't like my own company? Do you see what I mean? So I got to get myself right by doing the work to where I like being with me and I'm happy with me and I have a self-awareness and those sorts of things. And we're going to dig a lot deeper into all of those things too. Now, we talked about hate a little bit. Most people feel like hate is the opposite of love. I wholeheartedly disagree. No, the two are very, very related. It's my personal belief that you cannot hate a person that you didn't have some obsession or emotion for. There is a very fine line between love and hate. I've heard that and I believe it. The opposite of love is indifference. Okay? There is nothing wrong, in my opinion, with loving a person for the rest of your life. Nothing. You can make peace with that. And that is altogether different than the obsession that causes a person to haunt your mind, where you're absolutely haunted by memories and thoughts of this person. It's almost like when you get to the point where you say, okay, I can love them, but I'm not going to be obsessed with them. It's making peace with that emotion rather than repressing it, because if you deny that you love someone, then that's very toxic and going to create problems in your shadow. But with that being said, if you can make peace with that love and come to terms with it, then honestly, it's almost like that in and of itself, the release of any expectation, okay, is going to be freeing in more ways than you can imagine. And I share that from my own experience of releasing someone and how all of that works. So with that being said, I hope this has helped you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will do so. And of course, if you will hit that thumbs up and comment below, let me hear from you. I would love to hear feedback on this topic and any other suggested topics that you guys can come up with for me on this channel. If you've not subscribed to my other channel, Enchanted Cottage 333, I hope you'll do so. I do a lot of tarot readings there, but this channel is designed to go deeper and go beyond the cards. So with that being said, many blessings to you guys, and I will talk to you again very soon.